The easiest Tiny Tex-Mex painting ever. It's a jalapeno pepper. I am mixing up some of the colors onto my little mixing palette there, and I'm using rich green gold, olive green. I think there's some tiger's eye in there and some green apatite. And I had already fixed my sketch into my Similart sketchbook. So let me show you kind of how you do it. It's basically an elongated triangle, okay? And you curve the edges and at the top and then at the bottom. And it's almost like sketching a carrot, to be honest. And you put like a little leaf to the stem area and you put a little stem on it, and that's it. So let me show you how it looks using my brush pen. And I'm just kind of going over loosely, very loosely going, because nothing in nature is perfect, okay? So these don't have to be perfect either. And add a stem, add a little top leaf there, that's it. You got yourself a jalapeno. So now I'm going to do that same thing. See, easy peasy. I'm going to do that same thing in my sketchbook. Again, being very loose with my brush pen work and not trying to be too perfect about it. So here are some fun facts. Technically, they are fruits because they develop from the flower of the plant and contain seeds. Jalapeños are botanically fruits, not vegetables. I did not know that. And they were the first peppers in space. In 1982, jalapeños were chosen to travel in the Space Shuttle Columbia, making them the first chili peppers eaten in space by astronauts. And green and red are the same pepper. They start bright green but eventually ripen and turn vivid red. Red jalapeños are sweeter and have a slightly different flavor profile than the green ones. Jalapeno peppers are native to Mexico, okay? And they measure between 2,500 and 8,000 units on the Scoville scale. And what is the Scoville scale? Well, it measures the spiciness of heat of chili peppers and other foods. It is recorded in Scoville heat units, SHU, based on the concentration of capsaicin, I think that's how you say it, which is a natural chemical compound that gives peppers their fiery kick. I did not know this. Do I eat jalapenos? Yes, I do. I especially like fresh jalapenos or pickled jalapenos on like my nachos. So to paint the pepper, I wet the pepper area first, and then I started dropping in color because I did want it to have a varied color and other shades and hues to peek through. So I started off with the lightest shade because you work light to dark, and I'm just dropping in color and letting the watercolor do the work for me. And I'm trying to leave some negative space because in my art, I'm trying to not try to be so perfect and fill in everything exactly. I'm trying to be a little looser with that. So I love when I'm dropping in that green apatite. It just looks so cool as it spreads and like blooms across the other colors. And you don't have to worry about it spreading anywhere else except where you have put water. So the pigment will flow where the water goes. So unless you put water all over the page, it's going to stay pretty much where you have it, unless you have it like dripping wet, but we're not doing that, so you don't have to worry about it. And I'm just trying to fill it in and make it, I don't know, just kind of playing around, watching the colors do their thing. I do try to mix up a greenish brown color to fill in the stems of the peppers. And that's it, y'all. This was a quick one, but it's actually kind of fun to do just because you get to watch the watercolor do what the watercolor wants to do. And I'm refining it a little bit, fiddling with it a little bit, but really didn't need to. It's perfect just like it is. I also like to add my little swatches on the side. I've been trying to do that a little bit in this sketchbook, especially for this series, just in case I want to reference it later. I've kind of got that as a guide for me. And this is how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed this little Tiny Tex-Mex painting, and I hope you'll come back and visit me again soon. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!